Good evening. Dennis here with Pickett Street.
Jesse, Pickett Street Properties. And Dennis, I got some good news today.
Well, I'm always open to good news. Let's hear it.
It was a short sale approval from Bank of America.
Even better. Keep
Yep.
going.
And I have been expecting this, but this one was especially sweet and sour at the same time. Sweet because it was an approval, and I've worked really hard on this file.
Okay.
Sour because this listing is a bit of a career listing. It's been on the market since February of 2010.
That's technically a vintage at this point.
It's 2 years. So yeah, at this point it's ready to drink. So, and I've been thinking a lot about that today. And the reality is I've learned a lot in the past 2 years.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I thought we'd talk about, the difference of how we used to process short sales to how we process short sales now. And so,
Right.
The first thing I'll say is that persistence is key. We've learned.
These don't close without persistence. Let's just leave that there.
And I know people that, I don't know many people that would hang in there for 2 years on a.
Right.
This house ended up selling for $113,000. This is not.
Right.
A big.
And that was to the original buyers.
No.
Okay,
I've
so
had 5 buyers.
There we go. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, no, I've had 5 buyers. I've had 3 approvals. This is my 3rd approval.
Yeah.
The other times I had approvals, I didn't have buyers in place. They were gone.
Yeah.
And so persistence is key. And we still have work to do. We still have a couple weeks to get through this closing process and hopefully close successfully.
And which lender is that again?
Bank of America.
So I think that actually is kind of a good point as well, as far as what we've learned. We all know that Bank of America has a rap for being one of the most difficult to work with. And while I think that they all have their good points and their drawbacks, the fact that you were able to get through a Bank of America short sale, keep it in process for 2 years, and get this far with it is, that says a lot to, I think, all sides of that particular transaction.
Well, Bank of America, when that first started, it took me 5.5 months to get the first approval.
Right.
And they were awful. They were terrible. And actually, what's funny is this was our first Equator file. Like, at the time, that was about the time Equator was born. And
right.
So anyway, fast forward 2 years, Bank of America files are not that hard. I can pretty generically say we can get approval in about 6 weeks' time. Yeah. And I have not been fighting them on deficiencies. I've not been fighting them too much on promissory notes or seller concessions. In this case, the deficiencies were waived in both liens, and I was able to get. There's no seller contribution, no promissory note. So
perfect.
And this is 2 years. That's how long we've been doing short sales. I would say we're at a graduate level now versus when we started back then. But you know what? Our intentions were good. We didn't want to. We saw what we cared more for our clients than other people that were doing short sales at the time.
Well, and I think that's essentially what we are all about, is making sure that we're being advocates for our short sale sellers. Right. Ultimately, that's what we're here for. And
so we're not trying to list short sales for 2 years. In fact, I am
going
to be very happy when this one is closed.
Right.
Because right now, and we just did our stats for 2011, and surprisingly, our days on market for short sales rivals that of our retail sales. So
it's really close, actually.
The reality is that we're getting short sales under contract now in under 80 days. Right. And in our current market, where the average time on market is over 80 days, I'd say if you can make a problem-ridden transaction like a short sale, and you can get your days on market below 80, that's pretty awesome.
Absolutely.
So,
nicely done.
Thank you.
Let's get that one out of the portfolio and move on.
Yeah, I'm done with career short sale listings. That's like and plus the price point, 113. That's like Fred Weaver and Kevin Kaufman territory. So
just a shout out there, guys. Thanks.
We're used to a little bit higher figures, so we'll just an homage to Fred and Kevin on that transaction. So, all right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.